So let's be honest, ladies. Starting over at 50 can feel terrifying. Maybe you lost years in a marriage that ended in divorce. Maybe you sacrificed your career by raising a family. Not a bad choice. Or maybe you just realized retirement is closer than you thought and your finances aren't where they should be. And here's what I want you to know. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late, but you do need a smarter plan from here forward. I'm Donna Cates, financial advisor, wealth builder, financial strategist, and certified divorce financial analyst. And in this video, I'm sharing 3 real ways women can build wealth after 50 without shame, stress, or starting from scratch. So if you want clarity and not confusion, if you want a calm strategy and not financial panic, and if you want a way to feel more in control of your future again, you're definitely in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss more practical, real-world advice for women in transition. Let's start with the foundation because wealth isn't built from hustle. It's built from mindset, strategy, and protection. I meet so many women who fixate on what they've lost: time, time in the market, time out of the market, years in a marriage, or missed career growth. But what if I told you that the most powerful thing you can focus on is what you still have? You likely have 15, 20, or even 30 years ahead of you. That's decades to earn, to save, to invest, and to also protect your money. But it starts with letting go of guilt, letting go of fear, and getting intentional with what's next. Your wealth building story isn't over. You're just starting a new, smarter chapter. And I'm happy to be part of that. Now, once you've made that mindset shift, here's where we go next. We're going to start with cash flow because if you don't know what's coming in and going out, you're building on quicksand. Most people think that building wealth starts with investing. And I would say, maybe, but it actually starts with control. Cash flow is knowing where your money is leaking, where it's going to grow, and how to make room for both peace and progress. I'm going to use myself as an example here. This is going to date me, but way back in the day, I used to buy cans of Tab, the first sugar-free soft drink, out of the Coke machine at work. I was a Tab addict. I drank 5 cans a day just while at work. Now, back then, they only cost 40 cents, even in the Coke machine. But if you consider I worked 50 weeks out of the year and I bought 5 of those a day, 5 days a week, you do the math. I was spending a bunch of money on beverages out of a Coke machine. And the reality is when I started looking at this, I discovered that I could buy a 6 pack of Tab for 69 cents at the grocery store. And yet I was putting way more than 5 times that amount in the Coke machine every day. That's what I call slippery money or leaky money. So if you're willing to kind of take a look at where your money's being spent, you'll probably discover some items like that as well. So when I'm working with clients, we don't just cut spending, we're actually working to align your spending with your real goals and your values. What's important to you? What do you want to achieve? When do you want to do things? And now we're actually in a building mode versus a just surviving mode. And once you've stabilized your income and spending, then we protect it because wealth doesn't matter if it's constantly at risk. This is where a lot of women go wrong, trying to play catch up. They'll come to me when they're 50, 55, 60 years old going, I wish I'd started saving earlier. Well, now I got to take on more aggressive investments so I can make up for lost time. And I'm going to say, maybe, but it depends on your circumstances, and we really need to look at the details for you. The key is we need growth, but we want stability before we get too aggressive. And think about it. I have a client, she's 83 years old. She is fortunate because she is receiving a pension income. Those are kind of going the way of the dinosaur, but she's fortunate that she has that. She's also getting her widow's benefit from her deceased spouse's Social Security income. So she's got two sources of income that cover her living expenses. She's also got a rather significant savings in an IRA account that she does not need. Now, if any of her friends that are her age ask her how she's got her IRA account invested, and she told them that it's about 65 to 70% stock, many of them may look at her and say, "Why are you so aggressive?" or "Why are you taking on so much risk?" Well, for her, it's appropriate because she doesn't really need her IRA money to support her lifestyle. Instead, she's choosing to allow that money to remain more aggressively invested for the benefits of her grandchildren. So, rule number one, never compare what you're doing with your neighbor because you don't know their circumstances or their financial reality. So we need to really focus on what's important to you and what's going to make sense for you. So to have that stability before growth, this means ensuring that you have the right insurance, whether that's health insurance, long-term care, life insurance, disability. It could even be umbrella policies. We also want to understand your retirement withdrawals. How much are you going to need to pull out of those IRA accounts in retirement to sustain your lifestyle? That might dictate the amount of risk that we take on. We also want to be smart by avoiding taxes that could drain your savings. We're also going to build a portfolio that matches your actual lifestyle and your goals. So, again, don't compare what you're doing to your neighbor. We just need to make sure that we have a game plan in place for you. So, you don't have to gamble to grow. You just need to have that structure, protection, and purpose. So, if you're sitting there right now thinking, "Okay, Donna, I hear you and I get it, but I still feel overwhelmed by it all," that's why I created something just for you. I host a monthly retirement workshop designed just for women, whether you're starting over or just need to understand what you have in place and whether it's enough or not. We do this workshop virtually on the first Thursday of every month, 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and you're welcome to join me. You can register for that easily at my website. But in these workshops, every month I have a different focus. Last month we talked about Social Security. The month before we looked at saving taxes in retirement and doing Roth conversions. So we're going to be talking about everything from protecting what you have to making smart decisions about your money, understanding Medicare and how retirement distributions can impact your premium payments, all the things. So something will be of interest to you at some point, I'm sure. So just be sure to watch and see when these workshops are available. I encourage you to join, and please invite any of your female friends to sign up as well because they may not know what they need to know. And again, registration is free. Now, I'm going to ask a favor. If this video helped you or resonated with you in any way, I'd love for you to go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. I'd love some audience feedback. What's one money move you want to make for yourself this year? We've got just a few more months left of 2025, and we don't want to waste that time. So shoot me a message. Tell me, what you're committing to doing for yourself for the rest of this year. And remember, you are not too old. You are not too late. You are not starting from scratch. You are just starting smarter. So I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.